Hello and welcome to Quinn Broadcasting and Coach's Corner. I'm the host, Tony Trongone, with our co-host, the head coach of the Millville Thunderbolts, Humberto Ayala. What's up, Bert? How we doing?
Good, sir. How you doing?
All right. It's a Wednesday we're taping this, right?
Yep.
Getting the practices in. And as always, I always give you the honors of introducing our guests.
All right. Well, to your left, we have our right guard, junior, Jaden Reyes. To his left, we have the infamous senior, Jamal Wallace Jr. Does it all.
All right. Well, welcome, fellas. And as always, we're going to talk about last week's game against Red Bank Regional, and in the second quarter, we'll focus on you guys. But we'll turn it to the scoring summary. We won 49-6, and Coach, you see, our first touchdown was Jaden Days. Yep,
Jaden Days has been really coming alive these last couple weeks from the Cherokee on. I mean, the kid's a great athlete. He's only a sophomore. You know, strong hands, big, great size, and deceptively, fast. I know everybody always says he's slow, but look, the camera couldn't keep up with him. So nice, just tunnel screen. Does a great job.
Who's doing the blocking here?
You got Darian, you got Reggie right there in the slot. Reggie has done a great job with this in the second half of the year. And Darian, Christian getting downfield. All you got to do is get hands on, but that's it, and that's good. Look at Christian down there. Marcus is moving. I think that's Marcus too right there moving, right? So it's a great execution by all those guys to make that happen.
Bill Belichick says if everybody does their job, we'll score a touchdown, right?
Yep, everybody did their job.
And we'll see that they were keying up on you, Jamal, if you look at that. And we're going to play one more time, George, and we'll look at what the backers came up.
Well, leading up to that, Jamal had a couple big runs, I think, leading up to that play.
So watch the linebackers will come up.
Yep, they slanted away. So, yep, it's a great job.
Like I said, our skill position as far as blocking downfield has been excellent.
Yeah.
All right, so that puts us up 7-0. And then we have Jamal in the studio. We had a short run, but he did have some long runs, so we'll watch that play.
This is the touchdown. Yep.
So this is the longer one, yeah.
Yep, this is just inside zone, well blocked up front. You could see it. You could see. He
bowled that guy over right there.
You could see Jaden does a great job getting that seal. Because I think Jamal just comes right off of him.
Jaden Reyes?
Yeah, Jaden, yep. You can see him right there with the black shirt to the right, that right guard spot. Comes down, gets that down block. Jamal sees that hole, cuts back right off of Jaden, and does the rest. I mean, he threw the kid to the ground, good stiff arm. And Jamal got the speed to finish it at the end.
So your thoughts, Jamal, on this run?
On this one here, it was just reading it, just keeping to the keys, because we had ran this play a few times over and over, and it was opening up, and we just knew that it was just one block, one guy away from it being a touchdown, and that one guy had caught the stiff arm.
So when we're doing the games, I call you the bus. Do you mind me calling you the bus?
Nah,
all right. I didn't know. You never know with nicknames, but it's like Jerome Bettis up there as far as the speed and the girth. Man, you got some. I know what you're doing in the weightlifting room too, with your strength, but the speed is outstanding. It's outstanding. So congratulations on that run, Jamal. That puts us up 14-0. And then, believe it or not, Coach and I talked. We use a program called Huddle, HUDL. That's where I get these plays and I break them down. And there was Mr. Dion Cuff had a touchdown it was a high snap. They were doing a couple high snaps with the punts, and he was way back, 14, 15 yards.
It's somebody who blocked it.
I think it was Keese who blocked it.
It was Marquise Allen who blocked it, and then it was.
Not yet, George. This is another play. You can just go back to the scoring summary because this is a.
Yeah. So it was Jamal. It was Marquise Allen who blocked it in our pump block, and was just Cuff who recognized
Recovered
it
it?
and recovered it. Yeah, in the end zone. So
Yeah, so I
Good
apologize.
awareness.
I don't have that in there because it wasn't into the film.
yeah.
So that puts us up 21-0 in the first quarter. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a running clock in the second half.
Yeah.
So, which is a good thing. I'm not being disrespectful. And that takes us to the second quarter, and now we're going to see Jamal's 3-yard run. Thank you, George.
So we have a long-standing thing on the team, and we call him the touchdown vulture because other guys know that the opportunity is short and slim, that if they don't get in when we're down there, it's
You're
like,
putting
we're making the call up.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, let's go.
I was
We can't-
actually saying it. I think maybe I'm annoying you. I'm like, man, I like to have Jamal in there because I think you had Demir in there. I love the way.
because I think Demir, I gave Aiden a shot when he ran down there and had the opportunity, and it's just, I don't want to go 2 or 3 tries trying to get in with the same. I just know that in that moment they see 3 come in, and not many people want to tackle number 3.
But they're not even touching you, Jamal. So what happened with that play?
No. That was a hazard. That's a hazard right there.
I mean,
You could see the safety comes and just he
it's
just
like a
olays
business
it.
decision.
He's making a business decision right there. Yeah.
Like I'm not going to.
I mean, look, he's full throttle downhill. So
But on that side of the line, that's Jaden.
yeah. So Jaden Reyes and Isaiah Johnson, do a good job. You can see Jaden Reyes. He gets that outside shoulder. Does a great job sealing him inside, and does the rest.
We'll play that again. I'm going to give you the floor, Jaden. What do you think? That was your block.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to block though on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then who's the right tackle? Isaiah.
Isaiah Johnson. Yeah.
And he's playing better with every game.
Yeah.
Even downfield blocking. So number 71.
Yep.
One more time. And like I said, he's going to bruise through, and all of a sudden, he just waltzed right in.
Yeah, Isaiah does a good job. Guy goes outside, rides him up.
So Jamal, what's your touchdown thing? Are you just praying to God? What is your?
It's just basically just all glory to God. That's all it is.
Oh, well, that's good enough for everybody, I think, as far. But I was wondering what that means when you're doing that. You do the
yes,
same
sir.
thing after every touchdown.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, but I just always keep it the same thing.
All right. So that was Jamal in the beginning of the second quarter. Now we're up 28-0, and then we have a Shamar Marty Collins with a.
This is off of another situation where our running back didn't get in, and they started loading up the box. So Demir lays a beautiful hit there. He wasn't happy because he wanted to get in the end zone, but I always say opportunity short
I
and
highlighted
slim.
that block there because
That was a great block by him because that guy's flying in there, but I mean, Shamar's no easy takedown either,
Yeah, I mean, this is like the 4th time I see him on this play where he's H-back and he'll make that turn where they're one side of the field or the other.
Marty's pretty quick, a lot faster than what people may think or know. Like he moves well, and he's playing at such a high level this year.
Yeah, I enjoy watching him. A good
Yes.
player on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
All right, so Marty Collins is in, and that puts us up pretty significantly, 35-0. And then I do have, before that play, we had a Brooks pass. I guess that's number 5. It's Robbie just put it out there, and one of those high points. Got bracketed.
Little play action. Took it deep. I don't understand. I don't know. I guess they didn't watch. They didn't watch film. Robbie took a little long to throw it here. This is Brooks being Brooks and making a play. They're keying on him. They're backpedaling, trying to get behind the safety. They do a good job bracketing it. So they do a great job. Robbie gets the ball there. And what we always say is just give our guy a chance for that reason, So this is great coverage. This is, probably not the ideal play call in this moment. But, I'm going to take my guy over theirs 99% of the time.
So it's interesting you talk about your decision. So, Letzier got you into like the 15-yard line, and that wasn't a score.
Yeah.
But the next play, you put him in the backfield.
Yeah. I think we ran it a couple times to get to that point, and then we didn't score, and then or maybe it might have been the next. If it was the next play, then yeah, it was just like let's get the edge. We do a good job blocking, and with his speed on the edge, it's very hard. They do a good job there though, playing that spot. Like we can't be letting that our point in that bunch can't
get that penetration.
Yeah, we can't. We got to attack that outside shoulder. So look, he's shaded outside there. We got to do a better job blocking that. So we've talked about that in film. Listen, they played it great. At the same time, he could have probably cut it up inside there if the guy plays it out. But it's Brooks.
Great, and that puts us up 42-0 at the half, and then we get the ball in the third quarter, and Jaden is almost busted a couple loose, and
he ran one back in Cherokee. When else did he run? Did he have another one run back?
He had a few run backs.
Intercepted.
I can't remember.
Listen, Jaden moves. He could see it. So this is a great job, great blocking. I think this was Coach Lou does a great job with the kick return, repping it and coaching them up on it. So, the guys did a great job. You could see all the guys celebrating. Everybody loves to see him score on this. There's nothing better than when you score on special teams, because now you're winning in every phase. So, we had the defensive touchdown with the block punt, offensive touchdowns, and then this. So,
yeah, I'm wondering what they were doing, just backpedal, and nobody was actually attacking the ball.
I don't know.
Field looks good too.
Yeah, I don't know what Darian's doing. You see Darian at the bottom screen?
If you look, you can see Demir telling Jaden to come over to him. Like he's waving him over. He's like dead in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm. Look at Darian. Watch Darian. Come on. Look at Darian. Look. Watch him.
It's fun. You know what, man? When you're winning and you're having fun.
Yeah. This is a great group of guys, though, man. Great group of guys.
Great to see that. So, yeah. I didn't show the that last touchdown.
Well, after this, I mean, we had our JVs in. I mean, respectfully, I didn't care. I mean, they had their varsity still in because I guess it was just, they wanted their kids to keep playing, and
they had a good pass.
For them, they had a good season. I don't know if that was a catch from that long pass, but they said it was.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a catch because we rounded back. It wasn't a catch.
It dropped, right?
Yeah, he did drop it, and then but it was like, hey, we're up 49-0. So. And then there's a running clock, so they thought because it was a first down that he would have time.
But you can't spike the ball from a shotgun either,
But also, it's a running clock.
Yes.
So they were like, whoa, I can't. And it was like 15.5 seconds left, and I was like, you know what? Moral victory for that. I'm not a big moral victory guy.
Coach Core was upset because he wanted to see
the donut.
The donut. And I know he was upset in that moment with the officials. And I was just like, it's 49-0, 49-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, Jaden, we're going to talk to you on the second quarter. But what did you learn from this game? Anything?
Just that I got to get better at blocking, put my head in the right space, block the right shoulder and stuff.
Okay. How about you, Jamal?
Just learning how to read the inside zone better, because on that inside zone, even though we popped it a few times, it was definitely points where I could have stayed to the track, kept it to the left, and it would have been a bigger gain. But it was just that it still worked, but it was always ways to get better.
Okay. I'm going to have more questions about you playing both sides. Coach, anything about this game before we move on to the second quarter?
No, I think we executed the way we needed to, and we took care of the business in the first round. But it progressively gets harder after this. So we went over what we had to go over, corrected what we had to correct. Had 2 good days of practice these last couple of days. Now we're just ready to play the next game.
All right. Well, you heard it from the coach and his players. Great game with Millville prevailing 49-6. In last week's game, we're gonna move to a second quarter, but we're gonna have a commercial timeout. We'll be right back.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency. managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great health care for everyone.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trongone with my co-host Humberto Ayala and our special guest Jamal Wallace Jr. and Jaden Reyes. And this is the time where we do talk about our student athletes. And so, Jamal, this is like your third time on here, and just tell me, I know that you've been in the program all 4 years. You've grown up with a lot of the players you see here on the senior team, but academically, how's everything going for you this year so far, first quarter?
So far, it's been going great. We're starting to wrap up our first market period over at Tech. Right now, I have all A's, or not all A's, most A's, B plus, and a B. It's been going great. Like I'm trying to strive for a 4.0. That's why I want to graduate. I've been recently added into NHS, so I just want to graduate with a 4.0.
Yeah, it's amazing, like from your freshman year to now what you know now about your academics, and then like looking at post-secondary, looking at colleges, It becomes a lot clearer for you now, right? I think, or were you always like intense with your academics?
It was just ever since I was young. Like my mom and dad were on me about that. Like my dad always told me, if you ain't good in school, you can't play football. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Great.
And it just wasn't acceptable to bring home a C on anything.
And so the other question I have for you is, have things been gelling as far as where you want to do for leaving high school, going into college?
I feel like everything's gonna fall into place where it's supposed to be. Wherever God wants it to be, it's gonna happen. So I'm not too worried about that. I just know that things are happening behind the scenes that are gonna strive to go my way.
Okay. Any colleges that have been interested in you?
Just mainly still just Ivies, Patriots, maybe just same thing.
Okay. How about as far as position?
It's been just running back, just mostly running back for me so far.
And I was going to ask you this question in the first quarter of the show, but I'll ask you now. You play both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the routine with you with playing running back and then playing linebacker? I think who comes in for him? I think it's
where?
A linebacker.
Darnell.
Darnell comes in for you.
Darnell or Terrence.
Terrence Ridgeway, number 16.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Terrence. Terrence is great on special teams, by the way. Always makes some really good tackles.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about the running backs, where you have yourself, you have Demir White, and you also have Dawkins, right? Aiden Dawkins. So it's like thunder, lightning, and then something in between, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm dating myself. You don't even know these names, but did you ever hear the perfect team, the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, 1972?
Yeah.
They had Zonka, like your Zonka. He was fast. He was a big dude, and he loved contact. And then there was Mercury Morris, and that's kind of like Dawkins. You know what I mean? And then there's Jim Kick. It was and that's more like Demir. And the three of them was like the great backfield, and it was like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, they called him. But they had that thunder and lightning, but the guy in between also, and also catching the ball out of the backfield. So really enjoying watching you play and seeing. I mean, you're putting fear into people like you saw that somebody made a business decision. I'm not going to run into this freight train coming down on the goal line. I'm just going to get out of the way and score. And that's your reputation precedes you, is what they're saying. So good job.
Thank you.
Jaden, let's talk about you now. As far I know you're a junior. You're at Millville High School. Tell me about your workload, your classes this year.
All my classes I find pretty easy.
Oh really? What are they like?
I got environmental science, history to world history. I mean, not U.S. history too. Child development, and I got my coach core with weight room and health.
So I'll ask it. Who's been like your favorite teacher, mentor during the academic piece of your career?
Coach core.
Coach Core, it seems to be what everybody says all the time with strength and conditioning, right? Okay, and then environmental science, is that AP environmental science?
No.
That's just regular. Who teaches that?
Mrs. Bone.
Okay, yeah, I've heard her. She does a great job. And I'll ask you the same thing. Like you're a junior now, and looking to the future, what's your arc? What is your aim for your future?
I find myself working as hard as I can be to be successful.
Okay, are you looking for college or career?
Wherever it leads me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And football, because did you play a lot last year?
No.
You came out this year?
Yeah.
Tell us about that story. How'd that come about?
Ayala knows I was the water boy last year. Came from PAT, and then now I'm starting.
Yeah, so Jaden came out all summer. We were short on equipment. That's when our board assisted us.
Last year? I forget. Yeah, remember I had
you helped out with and the board helped us out because I think we were short like 15 helmets or something like that because our numbers just rose so much. So Jaden just stunk around all summer. Didn't have equipment, just went through the workouts, whatever he could do without it. I think midway through, we gave you shoulder pads and you were just sharing a helmet with one of the other guys, with D.
Yeah.
And I think he played JV too that year. He played JV sharing a helmet because they just didn't come in. Like you order, it's not on anybody other than the company getting them on time and getting them ready.
Well, people don't know that part of the AD and the head coach with and helmets, because it isn't like you could just put them away for next season. They all have to go back to a company they all have to be tested and
reconditioned
and all that, and then to buy them too. It's a bigger lift than people think.
Yeah, it's not easy. So I mean, listen, we were appreciative that we got them when we did. But
well, I know
so Jaden got a nice custom one to fit his head perfectly.
I feel your pain because that happened to me, and I was embarrassed because. All the helmets that are there, and this is a long time ago, but they had to give me, like, back then, an old-fashioned helmet that had, like, ears that stuck out. It literally looked like the 50s. It was like, they called it the Return of the Monk Man. It was I had to play with that helmet for a couple of weeks. And, my friends, high school, everybody busts on, what's up with that helmet? It's like, it's the only helmet that fit my head.
Yeah, so it's just a great
pain.
It's a great backstory with Jaden because just the fact that like a lot of kids are probably not continuing to stay around and they're quitting, but it showed his true character and desire to want to play because I don't think you didn't play through youth circuit or anything like that, right? So high school was the first time he really got out there and he was very receptive. Went to camp over the summer. And he desires to just want to be good at what he does. He's tough on himself at times, I know. His teammates can be tough on him, but I know that anytime we go out in that game, he's going to give us everything he has, mistake or not. So,
Well, it's a great story. I'm glad I get to watch your story unfold, Jaden, and success story. And so, but we're going to talk about the playoffs because you guys got a lot more games left. But I see number 70. That's your number, and seeing some good blocks. But now getting to meet you today, it's a privilege. So, thank you for being on the show today. So I'm going to throw it back to Jamal. Excuse me. This is time where you give a shout out, and then Jaden, you'll follow. Before we close this quarter. So you have the floor, my friend.
I just want to thank all my family, all my support system. I love hearing them at the games, just knowing that someone's out there like believing in me and believing in my ability. I love that. I thank my family. I just want to thank God for everything.
All right, thank you. Jaden, your turn.
Basically the same thing. I love my family being out there for me, and all glory to God.
All right, you heard it from these two studs, and we're blessed to have them on our team, on our Thunderbolt team, and that'll close our first half of our Coach's Corner, and we'll be right back after these short messages.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Welcome back to the second half. I'm Tony Trongone, along with our head coach, Bert Ayala. And, Coach, we had a special halftime session where we recognized a legend in Millville and Cape Atlantic League and South Jersey, New Jersey, and even the United States in Coach Tony Cerise.
Yeah, it was a great idea to, change the name on that trophy to Tony Cerise and
it's John Parentazzi.
Yes. I mean, Tony Cerise means a lot to this district, and he's the epitome. He's all about Thunderbolt and being Thunderbolt pride and all that. So, to be able to stand there and be the one that got the opportunity to present him the trophy, it was just an honor. Tony, I don't know if nobody knows this, but before every single game, Tony always sends me some positive affirmation quote or something, a positive text message, always congratulates us after the game. And, I truly just appreciate everything he's done and has said and has helped me with through my process of being a head coach.
Yeah, we can go back, and there's the trophy there, so that it's even, they changed the plate now to say Tony Cerise John Parentazzi Victory Cup. We worked with the Daily Journal to change that. It was the Daily Journal Cup. So that's the winner of the Violin Millville game, which is the longest running Thanksgiving Day rivalry in the state. And now it'll be known as the Cerise Parentazzi game. And then we're back at those three gentlemen there. You actually see Coach Cerise in the middle there. And to the right is our athletic director, David Lagamba. And then to the left is the president of the Thunderbolt Club, Craig Atkinson, who you've seen on the show. Yep. And as far as all three of them, Coach, I think, most high schools will say, football, football, football. But when you look at what the Thunderbolt Club does for all the sports, like I've been in multiple districts, and to see what they do for the football team, but then for all the other sports, their banquets.
Yeah. I mean, they provide, they use their alumni building, the Thunderbolt Club, to house banquets for every sport. They provide meals for those banquets for them, so that's not like a cost to the sport or athletic department. They also dish out over $30,000 a year in scholarships to, one female, one male from each sport, or a player from each sport that's chosen by the coach. So I mean, yeah, they do a lot for all sports. So we're fortunate to have them continually running that.
And I know it's been mentioned before, but it just got revisited in public how many Hall of Fames Coach Cerise is in. He's in the Westchester. I don't even want to attempt to. But he's in local Hall of Fames, he's in state level Hall of Fames, he's in a National Football Hall of Fame, and to recognize this great human being is a privilege, and we'd like to even do more for you, Coach. And then also he's been he's had some medical issues, and just like he would tell us that you got to battle through it, and that's what he's doing. He's battling through it, and he's at the game, and you can see what's really cool too is you saw Ron Vinnick there. You saw Coach England. You saw a bunch of people that put their time in at Millville, a lot of ex-coaches that put their blood, sweat, and tears into the kids in Millville. And I apologize if I leave anybody's name out, but to have all those people surrounding him with that says a lot about what Millville was about as far as me coming in there as an outsider, saying, wow, these people gave their blood, sweat, and tears to the kids and to the town of Millville.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, that's why I always preach to our players and make them truly understand how much that orange and blue means to the city, and how representing that name on the front of your jersey is just historic. And it dates back to decades and decades ago, and now you guys get to do that in today's world and be able to represent those colors. And listen, our group of guys are going to go down in Millville history for being one of the greatest teams to ever, play, for this city. So, they have that great honor of being able to continue that tradition. And in decades from here, they'll come back and be in the same boat as these other guys.
Yeah, you see that like the 53, 54, 55 team, coached by Barbos, and 75 team. There's other teams that Coach Cerise coached, but the 75 team sticks out with Jim McCormick. Mm-hmm. And that team as far as a state championship team, and then Dennis Thomas, and I think it was 2019 or 2016,
yeah.
And then in 2020, and then you had a state championship right after Dennis left.
So
right?
yeah, the first state championship that the state put in 2021. We won that. So I think it was 22.
22. Dennis had a regional championship.
Had the regional champion as far as you could. So we went as far as you can go in 21, and then we won the first state championship in 22. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a good run, and it's good to see these folks that have the history of Millville with all of us as we enjoy this run.
Yep.
And that being said, there is another team in Millville having a run.
Oh yeah.
And
very, very happy and proud.
I'll get us going. So our field hockey team. I'll get us going. You can give us the update on the latest game. So our Millville girls field hockey team on November 4th beat Toms River North 2-0, and then and I'll just try to see if I get the game details there. But you can see that Cameron Price scored on an assist by Brent Andrews, and then Brooke Powers scored for the 2-0 game, and that game advanced to the quarterfinals, and they had to play Central Regional just recently, right? And it's it was 2-2. So
yeah, it looked like it went into, from my understanding, it went into like double overtime and a shootout. I'm not familiar with the field hockey terminology or whatnot, but from what I see on social media, it's looks like Brooke Powers had both goals, and Olivia, I actually have her in phys ed class, so shout out to Olivia. She had the game-winning save.
Olivia Zavacki, right?
Zavacki, yep. She had the game-winning save, I guess, to propel them into the semifinal round. Yeah, listen, I'm very happy for Coach Ponteri. This is his third year, and I think he told me the other day, I saw him in the office, in Dave's office, and he said there was like the first time in 5 years that they've won a first-round playoff, and I think like a year ago they had a couple rough seasons. So to see him build it in 3 years and to be where he is now, I'm just happy for him and those young ladies to fight through that and to have that success. It's great for our school district.
So that puts them in the semifinals in Group 4 South.
Yeah.
And they play the winner of Southern, which is the number 1 seed, and Gloucester Tech, which is the 8th seed, on Monday.
And I think it is Southern, though, from my understanding. That's what Mr. Lagam, that's what Dave said, that it is Southern, because that's what they have up here. So they play the semifinal on Monday, at 2 p.m. at Southern.
Okay, because I have the NJSIAA website here.
Yeah, it might not be updated just as of yet.
And as far as their team in the Cape Atlantic, they also won the national division this year.
Yeah, they won their conference.
So they're 14-4-1 with a 8-2 record in the division. So real proud of our Lady Thunderbolts.
Yep. And
keep it up. And then I know we have the homecoming tonight.
Yep, homecoming dance tonight. Yep.
That's why these young guys had to leave. So they spent their time with us, and then now they're going to be a part of the homecoming festivities tonight. And then and it's a Wednesday night we're doing this. So they have Thursday, and then Friday's our football game.
Yes, sir.
And then our Lady Thunderbolts will be playing on Monday afternoon.
Yep.
So shout out to them, and it's exciting times in the fall sports for Millville.
Yes.
And so with that being said, we're going to close out this third quarter, and we're going to bring in the fourth quarter and start talking about our next game, which is against Marlboro. So we'll be right back after these short messages.
Allen Associates is a family-owned and operated full-service agency, managing a broad base of clients in the New Jersey area. Allen Associates has been a leader in health benefits and financial services including health, prescription, life insurance, pension, 401k plans, and estate planning. With more than 60 years of experience and a staff of highly trained and dedicated professionals, Allen Associates is noted for its ability to build strong, long-term relationships with our clients and the communities we serve. Give them a call today at 856-692-2250. Allen Associates, your complete health and financial services, Vineland, New Jersey.
Hello, my name is Craig Atkinson, and I am president of the Millville Thunderbolt Club. The mission of the Thunderbolt Club is to enhance the athletic experience of Millville High School student athletes. We provide a myriad of services for these athletes, including end-of-year recognition banquets for all teams, stipends for teams and individual athletes, college scholarships of $35,000 per year, meals for special events, as well as hosting the Mike Trout Millville Thunderbolt Club Golf Tournament and the Millville Sports Hall of Fame. Please visit our website at millvillethunderboltclub.com for additional information.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
Welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm Tony Trungone, along with our head coach, Bert Ayala, and we're in the fourth quarter, and usually that's when we talk about our upcoming game. It's against Marlboro. They're the fourth seed in our bracket. We're the top seed. A little bit about Marlboro. They have a 6-3 record. Their losses are to St. John Vianney, 35-7. Runs from Fairhaven. There's usually a Group 2 powerhouse. They lost 35-6 to them, and then they lost to Red Bank Catholic 42-0. We know that from the Battle at the Beach, Red Bank Catholic is always playing a game before or after us. I know they're a pretty good team.
Pretty strong power team.
And then as far as the playoffs are concerned, they played Toms River South last week, and they won 22-16. And I watched some film, but. Hey, George, if you could just show the last 5 games for both teams. And you can see Marlboro is they Freehold Township. They won. They beat Lacey. They beat Long Branch. And then they beat Toms River South. You can see our last, it should be, there's only 4 games there, but this is from NJ.com. We beat Delsey and we beat Cherokee. We lost to the Prep. And then now we beat Red Bank Regional 49-6. And when I'm looking at Marlboro, I know, Coach, you're pretty guarded, a little bit of a Joe Paterno type of attitude. Like I don't want to give them any locker room bulletin board material, but I can talk about it though and say they're a tough team. I think they're a tough team, but I think what we see is team speed, and when I see the game and how plays unfold. Not that I'm the guru of football, but I did play and I see how our plays unfold in Millville and the coverages. And if you can just show that. I have one pass play that they do. It's 08, George. And you can see, you can talk about the quarterback, Coach.
Quarterback, turned quarterback, was a slot receiver last year. Good athlete, plays corner as well. Roll out. They have guys that'll go get it. This was against Toms River South in the first round of the playoffs. They came back, tied the game with a field goal, I think like 15 seconds left, and then wound up winning in overtime, running the ball.
So this is pistol?
Yeah. Yep.
What do you call that formation?
It's 21 personnel. I don't know what people would call it. From a personnel standpoint, it's 21 personnel.
Okay.
So 2 running backs, 1 tight end.
They do a lot of RPOs too. I've seen that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're a power football team. So listen, the last couple of years, these teams have played in sectional finals. Last year, they went into double overtime because they were a Group 5 school last year, and they went into double overtime versus Cherokee and wound up losing. But they're well coached. They have a lot of numbers. You could see it on the sideline. They're going to come to play. I always say it progressively gets harder each week.
I'm going to put up the playoff schedule too now, so you can see what the brackets are looking like. And we'll go back to Marlboro. So I just circled. We're here now because we beat Red Bank Regional. Now we're in the second round of the playoffs. On November 8th, we'll be playing Marlboro, and you can see how long the playoff season is. It's 4 games until you get to, and then you have the Violent game, then you have the state championship. So we got 1 down. Well, there's 6 games total, and we got 1 down so far. And I know we do it 1 game at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But the next up is Marlboro. You can see that Jackson and Brick Memorial on the other side of the bracket. And Brick Memorial seems to be a pretty formidable opponent. And then you can see that I put Winslow. I really don't think anybody's going to give Winslow a challenge down there, except for maybe Middleton North. I don't think that Shawnee will push them if they do see Shawnee. So and then we hopefully, and I think I'll speak for myself. And if you want to chime in, we see Winslow again in that state semifinal game.
Listen, that's what you want the path to lead. But we got to do our part too. Brick Memorial is a good program too. So they're going to have their own challenges. They got a very athletic quarterback. I think he's got 4 1,400 yards passing, 600 yards rushing. So they're good. And they've been pretty good the last couple of years, and they're still young. So I mean, they're going to be good too. Marlboro faces its own challenges. Listen, it's a long season. I'm just happy as a coach that we have the opportunity to play another week, because there's teams that are done, and they got to play Thanksgiving game, and now they're struggling. They lost maybe in their consolation game, because I think Violin lost in their consolation game.
Who
so
they play?
I forget offhand. So they're fighting now to find games leading up to Thanksgiving. So you're talking about 3 weeks almost that you got to bring kids into. That's the tough part, about having that Thanksgiving game. 3 weeks to bring your kids back if you're not in the playoffs to play a Thanksgiving game.
Yeah, they played Egg Harbor and they lost 45-20.
Yeah,
and they don't have anything, and that was October 30th. So they got to wait almost a whole month now for our game on the 28th.
Yeah, it's hard to bring kids back. And I think our JV played Violin on Monday and won. I forget the score offhand. And our freshman.
And they played Violin, right?
Yeah, we played our JV Violin won, and our freshman Violin played yesterday against Violin and won. I think it was 38-12 or something like that.
And so you mentioned that at the previous Coach's Corner about the program.
Yes.
So what's the record of the freshman team right now?
They finished their season 7-1, and the JV finished their season 7-1. So 2 losses between the two, is pretty great. And then you see the success that we're having at the varsity level, because it's about the program. So if the program has success, then I feel like you're moving in the right direction, because then that means the kids that got to come up in the next year after guys graduate. That means they're going to understand, what goes into it. Yeah,
and it's always learning is much better and more. You're more efficient at learning when you're playing the game.
Yep.
Right, rather than standing around. So theoretically playing. So it's a good thing to have that going on at those 3 levels, because there's a lot of teams only have like a varsity team now.
Yeah. Listen, we were fortunate. We had like 85 to 90 kids, I think. Mm-hmm. Which ticked up, because when I first started here 7 years ago, I think we had maybe 65, 70. Like I remember my first freshman team had 16 kids. Now we have 24. It's a big difference, which is great. I'm all happy about the numbers.
Okay. And before we close out, I want to thank Rich Van Noord again for all that he does and providing us the stats. I do the game with him, and I think really Millville has a professional
statistician, yeah.
Well, statistician, broadcaster. He went to school for that, and he does a great job. And I just fill in where I can with helping him, and Rich does a great job, so I want to shout out to him. And as far as Marlboro, just briefly, I know we don't really like to go too deep into it because, again, we don't want to have any bulletin board fodder, but what are they doing on offense? We saw a little sprint out, little read.
Yeah, well, they're a power football team. They want to, run the ball. So I'm assuming, like, if they watch some film on us, that they're going to try to control clock and, take advantage of whatever we can give them, and take shots downfield when they have that opportunity. So we got to make sure that we're aligned properly and we're doing the right thing.
How about on defense?
Defense, they showed 3-4, they showed 4-4, we just got to execute. If we execute offensively and, we get that push in the trenches that we're supposed to get, and we're able to run the ball the way we want to run the ball, I think we'll be able to, find success.
Okay, and again, we have Marlboro in the second round of the playoffs. We're not looking ahead. We're looking at Friday night. It's going to be at home?
At home at 6 p.m.
Okay, it's with the daylight savings time, it's a little darker now, and so
it's darker.
It's going to be a little scary on Broad Street.
It's always scary on Broad Street at this time of year.
Yeah, so it should be a good game. I want to shout out to Coach Lagamba, Scott Parvin, for all the security that goes on. There's a lot that goes on to make sure that everybody has an enjoyable time. But most of all, importantly, the coaching staff and what you're doing, Coach. So thank you for all you're doing. I think I know people know there's time, but I don't think they know the magnitude of the time that's put in to make sure everything's crossed and dotted. So good job to this point, and I'll let you close it out.
Go Bolts.
There you go. You heard it from the head coach. We'll see you Friday night, 6 p.m. Our Millville Thunderbolts are at home against Marlboro Regional. Take care.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.